a story that's quite disturbing and alarming as well. Wheelchair scam that's hit Indian airports. Let me take you through that story. A shocking pattern that's now emerged at Indian airports. It's opened a very uncomfortable debate on some India-US routes. Nearly 30% of passengers are now requesting for wheelchairs. That's 3 out of 10 flyers who want a wheelchair. But crew members say that many of them are walking perfectly fine soon after immigration, exposing how a service that's meant for the elderly and disabled is being used for priority boarding and queue skipping. The result, those who genuinely need assistance are now being pushed to the back. Air India itself has admitted to this. Air India staff say the problem is worse on long-haul flights like US, UK, Canada routes. On one Delhi-Chicago flight, we hear there was 99 wheelchair bookings, almost a third of the entire aircraft. Mumbai Airport logged 750 wheelchair bookings just a few months ago, and the staff reported up to 120 requests on a single international flight. Insiders point to 2 reasons. One is that these airlines give free wheelchairs. Air India especially offers wheelchair service for free. And queue avoidance, with some travelers using it only to bypass long security lines. So, 2 reasons to why we're seeing a high demand in wheelchairs. Now, the DGCA is reviewing this. They've stepped in. They're trying to issue some strict guidelines. Crews are also, crews warn of wheelchair running out. Maybe hear that many of the flight crew members have already warned passengers that wheelchairs are running out, and suggestions are that maybe they should now charge for wheelchairs. Because if not, then those who are really in need of one will be deprived of it. Imagine able-bodied people who are able to walk taking wheelchairs only to skip the line. If that's the fact, then shame on those who are committing that crime. It's nothing short of a crime because there are only limited wheelchairs and airlines are running out of it. That kind of demand is unheard of. In fact, Kiran Mazumdar also coming out to say that maybe wheelchairs must be charged. Charge 5,000 rupees. Let's see how many genuine passengers then there really are. That's what she says in her post. But there's another side to it. One user admitted that he did misuse the facility for his parents on US trips because they only speak Kannada. They had no help, and wheelchair makes it a lot easier because they get assistance to move past the lines. And he says, in that sense, we have the money, we are ready to pay for it as well if it's chargeable. But that's one passenger. But imagine how many of them misuse it, are probably not even willing to pay for one if it is. In fact, we should see what the response would be if airlines start charging for wheelchairs. But some of them say that they genuinely don't mind paying for it and using one just to support their parents who are not able to speak the language of another country so that they get assistance. Not sure how fair this is. In one of the world's busiest aviation networks, particularly in India, wheelchair assistance is supposed to be a lifeline, not a loophole. This is certainly alarming. Captain Prashant Dhalla to give us a little more in detail of this wheelchair scam. Sir, go on. Captain Prashant, how do you rectify it? We know the problem. What's the solution to this?
Thank you, Nabila, for having me. We are addressing a big social issue here, like you very rightly mentioned, and you've used the word scam. With all my experience of approximately about 20 years in aviation, and the tremendous growth which we are seeing at the airports, at the airline level, there is a section, I can say, who are trying to take undue advantage of this particular fact, wherein the airline has with all experience and with full devotion, I can say, is adopting a very humanitarian approach for the people who are having this reduced mobility. But we do see a lot of mismanagement and a wrong use of the wheelchair, so to speak of, and that really hampers the airport infrastructure. So the basic
Just
intent.
three top points, Mr. Prashant. If you just come to the bottom of this, what's the solution? How do you think this could be avoided?
You see, at the regulator level, DGCA has issued a civil aviation requirement lately, which says that it is an airline-specific process. The airline has been given a liberty to charge and to the ground staff will also be doing repeated rounds of training, wherein they will be able to scan that particular passenger, and if he is an ABP, the able-bodied passenger, then that particular assistance or the service, so to speak, would be charged accordingly.
Okay.
Now, you see, the guidelines have to be mentioned at the operator level. The rule says that if you require any assistance, you are supposed to tell the operator 48 hours in advance. Also, there are dedicated points at the airport where the wheelchair assistance would be provided. So a systematic approach needs to be adopted for this, and
Okay. So
and
charging is a charge. You believe charging would really go a long way in filtering the ones who are misusing it?
That's right. That is one of the aspect. However, the ground staff also needs to be, we cannot have a cynical approach towards this whole concept of charge. You see, there is a considerable amount of, manpower required to provide assistance to the people who really require it. So a systematic training approach also needs to be adopted at the ground crew level for all the airlines.
Right.
And also, if we are charging a special assistance fee for a passenger who wants to maybe use that service, I don't think there is anything wrong in that.
All right. Yeah. You said that right. Let's see how airlines tackle it going forward. Thanks very much, Mr. Prashant, for joining us on that.